Hello students, today we are going to discuss solving of electrical circuit by the potential method. So here is the circuit with 3 batteries and 4 resistance. You can see 3 batteries in this question, 4 resistors in this question. So one way to solve this question is, there is a very common way of solving such kind of question is distribution of current, Kirchhoff's rule and other things. But it takes a lot of time to solve. So there is a different way, there is an easy way to solve such kind of question, what we call it potential method or sometimes nodal analysis. So I will use the term potential method. Instead of nodal analysis, I will use potential method. So try to understand what is the process, how do we solve circuits by this method. How to solve electrical circuits by potential method is as follows. Step number 1. Your step number 1 is choose a reference point. You select a reference point in the circuit. You can select this point, or you can select this point, or you can select this point, or any point which you like. In this circuit, you decide and select one reference point where you call potential to be 0. I will prefer this point now. I prefer this point as my reference point. Any point which you choose as a reference point, let the potential at that point is 0. So I will name these points. This is point number A, this is point number B, and this is point number C. Other points I can name them, suppose point number D, this is point E, and let's say F. So this potential at point A I have considered to be 0. Now what is the potential at point D? Well, if you look in the diagram, between point A and point D you have a battery of 100 volt. So you can write VA minus VD equals to plus 100, and since we have assumed VA to be 0, we can write VD equals to minus 100. So that means potential at this point, which is VD, you can imagine or you can consider that potential at this point is minus 100 volt. In the same way, if you find a V potential difference between the point C and point A, so VC minus VA, that is the potential difference, sorry, it is E, this is E point. So E and A, potential difference between E and A is actually 50 volt plus 50. Since VA is 0, it implies potential at E point is plus 50 volt. That means the potential at this point is now plus 50 volt. Right. I have to consider one variable now. Let potential at B equals to X in a unit volt. That's the potential at B. Now B and C, you can see there is nothing. There is no resistor here, there is no battery here, and therefore VC is also same value X. There is no potential drop, potential difference between B and C, as there is no resistor here, there is no battery here. Further, if you can see that potential at point F minus potential at point C, that is point F and point C, this potential difference should be the potential difference of the battery, which is 100. So if VC is assumed as variable X, then potential at point F can be written as 100 plus X. So now potential at this point is 100 plus the variable X. That's the potential at point number F. Now we have potential at all points. Now we have potential at all points. This was my step 1. It will take some time, but when you will practice questions through this method, this step will hardly take 10 to 20 seconds for you. Since we are doing it for the first time, it is taking much longer time. Right. Now what is next? What is the next step? Once you have defined a potential at all points, now we have defined a potential at all point relative to the reference point. Point A was my reference point, and relative to the reference point, the potential at all other points B, C, D, E and F. Now we have defined them. Now I will apply Kirchhoff's junction rule. Let's say if I assume that current I1 goes in this direction, I assume that current I2 goes in this direction, and I assume that current I3 goes in this direction. According to Kirchhoff's rule, if at point B all the currents are going away from B, look at the diagram, I1 is away from B, I2 is away from B, I3 is away from B. So accordingly you can write I1 plus I2 plus I3 equals to 0. That's Kirchhoff's first rule, junction rule. I1 plus I2 plus I3 is 0. Here is a logical part. If I assume one more current I4 in this branch and I5 in other branch, then for the point number C, I3 is coming towards point C, whereas I4 and I5 they are away from this point. So again I3 must be equals to I4 plus I5. Now combining these two equations, if you combine these two equations, you can write I1 plus I2 plus I4 plus I5 equal to 0. Now Ohm's law which says current, what is Ohm's law? I should write here now. If you have a resistor having potential 1 V1 on one side and potential V2 on the other side, remember these are not potential differences. I am defining potential at one point as V1 and potential at other point as V2. And if I is the current in this wire, then Ohm's law says that current is the potential difference across the two sides of resistor over R. So the potential difference on the two ends of resistor is V1 minus V2 and upon R. That's the Ohm's law. So follow this law now. I1 current is going in this 10 ohm resistance. Current I1 is in this 10 ohm resistance. This 10 ohm resistance is connected between the point B and point E. So current I1, which is in this 10 ohm resistance, should be potential difference between points B and E divided by 10 ohm. So I1 will be written as V at B minus V at E over resistance, which is given as 10 ohm. Now I2. Current I2 is from point B to point D. So you will write V at B minus V at D over 20. I4 current. Look at I4. The current I4 which is moving in this branch will go ahead. This will be the same current I4. So current I4 is going in this 10 ohm resistance from point F to point E. From point F to point E. So here you will write I4 as potential at point F minus potential at point E divided by 10 ohm plus I5 now. This I5 current is from point C to point A through 5 ohm resistance. So it should be VC minus VA over 5 and this total value will be 0. Now VB VB will be replaced by, you can replace all the variables now. So you will replace VB with X, VE with plus 50, VB again with X, VD is minus 100, VF is 100 plus X, VE again plus 50, VC small x, and VA 0. So when you put everything in this equation, this you will get an equation of single variable x, and putting all the values, you will get value of x as minus 100 over 9 volt. That's the value of unknown x. Remember, you have to put VB, VE, VD, VF, VC, VA from your working done in the step 1 from here. So now you get the value of x, which is minus 100 over 9 volt. And now we are done with this question. We are done with this question because we have now obtained potential at every points. Let me redraw this circuit for you again so that we can answer the values of current. I will redraw the circuit very fast so that I can complete this question with full and final answer. Notice, we assumed the potential at this point to be 0. V at A was 0, we assumed it to be 0. This point, which was point number D, potential at D was minus 100. This point, which is VB, which we assumed, this is VB, which we assumed is small x, comes as minus 100 by 9. So potential at this point is minus 100 over 9. Potential here, which was point E, is plus 50. Potential at this point, which was VF, is now potential at point F, which was F. VF is now 100 plus x. So if I substitute x equals to minus 100 by 9 here, so it will be 100 plus minus 100 by 9. I think you will get 800 by 9. So potential here is 800 divided by 9. So now you have potential at every points. So if I want the value of current in this resistance has potential of plus 50 volt on one side and minus 100 by 9 volt on the other side. So plus 50 on this side and minus 100 by 9 this side. So current in this resistance will be, if I assume that current, if I take that current, let's say I1 or I2 or any value, then current in this wire should be potential difference 50 minus 100 by 9 divided by this resistance, which is 10 ohm. So I am doing it verbally, 50 minus 100 by 9 divided by this 10, and I get it 55 over 9 ampere. If I want current in this resistance, then notice that this resistance has plus 50 volt potential on one side and 800 by 9 volt potential on the other side. So the potential difference for this resistance will be 800 by 9 minus 50. 800 by 9 minus 50 comes as 350 over 9, and when it is divided by the value of resistance, which is 10 ohm, I get a current in this wire as 35 over 9 ampere. Now I want current in this wire. So this is point number C, where potential was, this potential has this point has same potential which is at point B. So it is potential minus 100 by 9. Potential at this point is minus 100 over 9. Potential on the other side is 0. Since 0 is more than minus 100 by 9, here you have higher potential, here we have lesser potential. Current will travel from high to low potential, and this current will be the difference in potential, which is 0 minus 100 by 9, that comes 100 by 9, and 100 by 9 divided by the value 5 ohm will give you 20 upon 9 ampere. So this way you can find current in each and every branch now. And not only the value of current, you can find the direction of current also, because current should always travel from higher potential to the lower potential. So this method is called as potential method for analysis of electrical circuits. Though it took 15 minutes to solve this question, but if you practice such kind of question, then for the next questions, similar questions, it will take hardly 3 to 4 minutes for you to solve the question. I hope the concept is clear to you now. As always, any difficulty, if you find any difficulty, you are always free to write a message to me. I will again try to solve your doubts. I will try to make everything clear to you now. Till then, take care, stay at home. Thank you.